Well, Rob, you have some news for us. Tell us what it is.
The Zebra game is potentially going to be my last home game with the Warriors. I'm moving on at the end of the season. Kind of contracts running out at the end of the season, and I'll be looking for another team to play with next year.
That was my next question. So you are hoping to carry on. You're not hanging up your boots, as it were. It's merely going to be the end of your Glasgow Warriors. I
think hopefully I'll be getting an offer somewhere and still playing next season. But as far as I've had a long time playing for the Warriors, so it's strange to think this is this stage of my journey coming to an end.
How do you feel about it now that you've said it out loud?
It's definitely emotional for me. It feels like most of my life I've been kind of playing rugby with Glasgow. I grew up in the city. I played at West of Scotland and watched Warriors games when I was at school, and and I was lucky enough to join the academy from there and to be signed, and I've been a full pro here for 12 years. So it's been a long time, and it's been incredible to be part of this club.
I know some people who are not going to be happy with this news that you're leaving are the Glasgow Warriors fans. How have they been with you throughout your career? Because I would imagine they've been a huge source of support for you.
I guess including my family who comes to a lot of games. And I remember coming to games and sitting in the stand before I was playing for the Warriors, and as a really fanatical base that we have.
I mean, you've been at the club so long that you played at Firhill, you've played here at Scotstoun. How important as a Warrior was it to move here and to have that home?
Scotstoun's really become our home, and we sell out every single week, and we have the advantage of the home fans here roaring us on every game. So Scotstoun's kind of become a key part of playing for the Glasgow Warriors.
You must be immensely proud, though, of what you've achieved at this club. You're the record appearance holder here. What does that mean to you now as you look at the end of your Warriors journey on the horizon? I'm
hugely proud. I never, when I first came to training and when I was a young player come through, I never thought that I'd be sitting with the most caps. I think it's been a pleasure to play here.
Have you spoken to any of the guys who have either left the club of late or in fact retired altogether from rugby, just about what to expect when your time here comes to an end?
I saw Graham Morrison and saw Dougie Hall. They were saying, it is a big step, and you're gonna miss playing when you finish. And I think it's funny that every single guy who's left the Warriors says the same thing. You miss the environment and you miss playing.
Are you disappointed that it's coming to an end, or had you almost consigned yourself to the fact that this was going to happen at this time?
I think it's kind of it's inevitable that for every rugby player this comes eventually. When Al Kellett was captain, he'd as well say, look, you don't know when it's going to be your last game, and I think looking back, I've been incredibly lucky to have the amount of time I've had with the team, to play so many seasons, so many times. So I recognise I've been hugely lucky to be involved. But yeah, I think it's disappointing as well to be saying goodbye.
How have your teammates reacted to the news? Have you had that conversation with them as such that you will be leaving at the end of the season?
Spoke with the guys, and I think they're disappointed. At least I hope they're disappointed too, and they're not glad to see the back of me. I guess when we're training, I try being as annoying as possible, so I'm sure that they won't miss every aspect of that. But it's definitely hard for me to be moving on. I feel like every year I've been here, we've had players who've been hugely important to the club, who've gone and moved on and gone to other clubs, and that's part of what happens. And part of our strength of the Warriors is both the connection we have, that we believe that once you're a Warrior, always a Warrior, but also that we're bringing through new generations of talent all the time. It's been a pleasure to play for the club, and I've been really lucky to do so. And every time I've had the chance, I've just tried to give everything I can in the field.